It cost you $17,000.
No, we discussed this. $1,400, and it really wasn't. It was about $170 down payment.
$1,700 down payment?
No, $170.
Oh, I thought you said $1,700. You talk very fast.
Please, I do actually. Yes, I know. That is. But boy, Sweet 16, huh?
Yes, episode 16. This is it. You're 16. You're beautiful, and you're my
1 year closer,
partner.
and we're legal in New York. Well, we're off and running. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to The Better Half, episode 16.
Sweet 16.
Mark it on your calendar, folks.
Could have been 36.
Nah, joke's already been.
No, yeah,
Joke's
I
already
can't
been
even
used.
double 16.
Yeah,
I'm terrible. Oh, I suck. I'm so over.
You're terrible.
I'm overtired.
Really? Long day? Well, I've been working
13-hour days.
That Christmas season.
Since probably December 4th.
That's a lot of Christmas cards.
4 more days. 4 more days. No, a lot of packages.
Well, let me ask you this. Yes, you say 4 more days, but then what about all the returns? You get hit with returns?
I don't know anything about
People
that.
mailing stuff back?
Yeah, but it's not as bad. I mean, obviously it's not as bad because most of the stuff that's being delivered is not being returned.
Okay.
But, man, I mean, I'm getting to work at 6 o'clock, 6:30 every morning, filling up my mail truck with packages, delivering them till about 8.
Oh, yeah?
And then going back to the post office, putting my route together, then going back out to the route for the whole day. Good times. I basically tell my wife, I'll see you Christmas morning.
Aw.
So, but hey, the last paycheck was very nice.
Good.
I was able to pretty much buy all my Christmas presents on that paycheck without dipping into my Christmas tips.
Really? That's good.
Usually I'll take a couple hundred out of my Christmas tips.
Yeah.
And I do my shopping with that. But I didn't even have to touch it.
I hate to say it, man. I'm sorry that we missed out on the shopping this year.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? It's just, it was, yeah, it's a
tradition that we have.
It's a tradition, yeah. Well, we usually go to the
you
mall.
Shop.
I shop,
follow.
you follow, and hang out, and then we get wings.
Yeah, that is true, yes.
And then last year we brought our friend Anthony, who threw me into a Target display, which today was actually the anniversary of that.
Yes.
So I got on my Facebook memories, thank God.
Was it really?
Yeah. So that was, I had that going for me, which was nice.
Good. Yeah, this year we were supposed to go. Actually, we were going to do this whole big deal. We were going to go out. We were going to bring the recorder. We were going to be annoying to people.
Yes, I was going to walk around and try and interview
really
people, and then
maybe the Mexican Santa we could have found.
And then you got tickets to The Last Jedi,
which I find very funny because I really honestly thought you knew.
I kind of did
that. Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Well, no, because our mutual friend asked me if I wanted to go.
He did ask you first.
Not if he asked you first. I think he asked you first.
Then why would he ask you if he asked me?
Because I think he asked us at the same time, and whoever got back to him first. Because he goes, you want to? I go, I will be delivering mail till 6:30 at night, and I think the show started at 6.
Yeah, it did.
So I was like, yeah, no. So then honestly, I didn't even think that he asked you. I just figured you're like an uber geek, so I would have been like, he's probably wants to go to that anyway.
I mean, I wasn't itching to go. I was going to go eventually, not on opening day, but
well, you're one of those opening day kind of people.
I am actually. I'm not. To be honest with you.
With items and things, you usually
yes.
You have a history of being the opening. I'm waiting online for 14 hours in my Darth Maul outfit.
Right there. Darth Maul. I dare you.
He's dead, isn't he?
He is.
Okay. Was that Liam Neeson?
No. He was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, that too.
Who I think everyone forgot about.
Well, he was only in that one movie.
Well, he died.
Right.
Which,
yet Jar Jar lives.
Fun fact, Weird Al Yankovic, when he put out his album around that time.
I love that song.
That song spoiled it for everyone because the song came out before the movie.
Oh, that I didn't know.
It's,
Bye, my, this here Anakin guy.
Yep.
Someday Vader, maybe later, but he's such a small fry.
Good old Don Henley.
I love Weird Al. You know what I'm saying?
Do you really?
I
didn't know this.
You know what I'm saying? We went to Hershey last week with the kids, and I purposely found on my iPod Amish Paradise.
Really?
And all of us were in the car bopping our heads.
Oh, man.
I wanted to get his box set. It comes in a giant accordion.
Yes, I saw that.
But it's like $300.
Yeah, it is pricey.
Yeah,
it comes with, I think there's like a bonus song or songs that
has
never
like
been released.
Book. It comes with a book also.
Well, did you hear about the tour that he's doing right now?
No.
He's doing. I mean, he tours often. I wish I knew this. I would have totally gone to a concert.
I love. Okay, my infatuation with Weird Al started with, of course, Eat It.
Okay.
Okay. So I remember when I first heard that on Z100. Like that was on Z100.
Really? I think.
Well, he started on Dr. Demento.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So I heard it on Eat It, and then Fat, and then I just was infatuated. I have a few of his CDs, but I don't have the box set. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic.
Wow, I can't believe this is like shocking.
All right, well, we went off completely off topic.
Who cares?
Okay, well, I want to get back into it because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to our wonderful listeners, it is the holiday season here in New York, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, the holiday for the rest of us.
Boxing Day for our friends up in Canada.
Boxing Day. What was that in my head? It was like something just sorry, that was my neck cracking, everybody. It's called Lower Your Volume, Larry. Jesus Christ, even I know that. Where's my phone?
Everything ready to go. Your phone's on the other side of the laptop.
Okay, I lowered it.
Yeah.
I should keep it handy so I can see if anyone texts me.
Yeah.
It is a Christmas, and I figured it'd be appropriate if we had a Christmas episode.
Oh, I think so, and rightfully so. Right, this episode, well, it drops after Christmas, but Christmas is all week long.
It'll be Christmas. It'll be dropping 2 days after Christmas, December 27th. But keeping with the Christmas theme, I've been going on a little bit of an 80s kick, and I mentioned it, 80s kick, nostalgia kick. And last week we went to the 50s and 60s with Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. I figure we move it up to the 70s here with a very special episode.
Ooh, really?
Now, for you millennials out there, and I'm talking to you, you millennials out there, a very special episode was something that the sitcoms of the 70s and 80s did, where you would have a 30-minute situational sitcom comedy, and they would throw you a very special episode, which was a drama. That episode was a dramatic episode with, what do you say, Larry? A couple of laughs sprinkled in there for a comic.
Yeah, but they were usually unsettling laughs. Like it felt weird.
Yeah. Well, so just for example, there's the most popular one, which I think everyone is aware of, is the infamous Saved by the Bell episode. When
that one is my favorite.
Right. I
love it.
As a fan of, as someone who's never watched, I saw an oh, Santa.
He's on his way.
Dun, dun. Oh, no, it's not the song. It's just the bells. Oh, it is a song. Oh.
No, it's him.
Okay. Ho, ho, ho. I played Santa the other night.
Have you seen the... Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, I like the bells. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it.
Yeah. It's distracting me, though. Sorry. I have very little attention span.
Clearly. What's up with that?
Dude, I'm exhausted. So, this episode of Saved by the Bell was, what was her name? Jessie Spano, who later went on to become a showgirl in one of of Hollywood's greatest movies ever. Should have won every award. She's a dancer. Anyway, she was studying for finals or midterms or something,
like that, yeah.
And she had to do some other dance routine and do some other hijinks up with the school, and she was so excited.
Do you remember the name of the band, the music band that her and the other two girls were part of, that she was trying to practice for at the same time as studying?
I remember. Who was the guy, the head guy?
Zach.
Zach, like he was like the pill pop pusher. He was
no, he wasn't the pill pusher. No, he was their like manager.
Yeah, he was trying. He was pushing them too hard.
It was Kelly, Lisa,
Kelly
Kapowski, Lisa Turtle.
That was the African American girl.
Yes, it was. I heard that she went nuts in real life.
Well,
then again, so did Screech. And Jessie Spano.
Elizabeth Berkley.
So they had their group, the Hot Sundays.
See, I never really watched the show.
I loved Saved by the Bell.
That was the only episode that I really watched from front, beginning to end.
And you're right. It was either midterms or finals. I forgot which one. And Jessie, I forgot who.
She was taking caffeine pills or something.
Speed. She was taking speed.
Yeah.
Wait. Was it actually speed or caffeine filled?
I think it was uppers, downers.
Yeah, it was probably more caffeine than speed, but it was
crack.
She was getting addicted to it, which led to one of the best parts.
You mean you really are taking drugs?
I need them.
Jesse, give me them.
Oh, this is great.
I have to sing.
Jesse!
Best line ever.
Wait,
Yes, I can. I'm so excited.
so scared. I mean, let's look, dude. The acting is just fantastic.
That is just that line just goes down in history of like, do you believe in miracles and stuff like that. It is just an epic line.
It's great.
Oh, it's amazing. And that was, and I don't remember anything else about that episode. But
I don't
that
remember
line.
anything else about that series. Okay, but sadly, that's not the episode I was going to talk to you about tonight.
No, that's all right.
Keeping with the Christmas theme, I'm taking us back to 1975. Everybody. Exactly. Yeah. Wavy screen. There was a show called Happy Days. Do you remember Happy Days?
I loved Happy Days.
I was a huge fan of Happy Days. Happy Days aired for 10 seasons from 1974 to 1984.
Wow, it was that long?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't realize that. I mean, I was born in 1974, so obviously I caught the tail end of it. But older, wiser. Now, Happy Days was a show about I guess Milwaukee is the Midwest, right? A little
I
further
believe
north.
so. It's the Indians found it and called it Milwaukee.
What is that from Wayne's World?
Yes. It was Alice Cooper.
Yes. As I was saying, it took place. It was a show about a family that in the 50s. Howard Cunningham was the father. Marion was the wife. Richie Cunningham, played by the famous director Ron Howard, and his little sister Joni, who played by the late Erin Moran.
Why, she running for something?
Oh God! Please don't do this. You're going to distract the hell out of me.
No, I won't.
And of course, the character who originally was not a main character, who was actually going to only have a small bit part, but basically when they retooled the show because of ratings, became the focal point, much like what The Simpsons did with Homer when the show was about Bart.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Arthur Fonzarelli, played by Henry Winkler.
Hey.
Okay. Now Henry Winkler, Arthur Fonzarelli was a high school dropout and biker who wore a leather jacket and a white T-shirt. And this is what he was famous for. Now, in season 2, episode 11, an episode which aired December 17th, 1974. The title of the episode was "Guess Who's Coming to Christmas." Now, it starts out the episode. Now, I tried YouTubing the episode. You can't get a whole episode.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, you're not going to.
So I literally watched like 17 different clips, and then I found one which was like a 12-minute clip, which was just the highlights of the episode. Which 12 minutes is probably much half the episode if you think about it. In 30 minutes, take away commercials, So I'm just going to a brief synopsis of the episode, okay? If you don't mind,
go right ahead, sir.
Okay, okay. So the Cunninghams, which is are looking the family, the main stars of the show, are looking forward to their usual family Christmas alone, just family.
Oh, well, okay.
However, Richie finds out that his friend Fonzie, despite being popular, is all alone at Christmas. He asks his parents if Fonzie can join them, but will either side agree? Ooh. Now Howard is very persistent. Howard's the father on making sure Christmas should just be family. Now, that's a dick move, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, Christmas is family,
but you don't have to be blood to be family, Larry.
This is true, but 6 episodes in?
6 episodes
in.
That's right. 11 episodes in season 2.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
Okay. Now, again, this is when Fonzie was starting to become a more focal point of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a dick move because personally I've invited people over to my family's dinner at Christmas time, and they were not blood related. So to me, family does not have to be blood. But moving on, Fonzie obviously has no plans for Christmas, and turns down the invite from Richie and Richie and even Potsy, a friend. Invites him over. Potsy. Anson, played by the wonderful Anson Williams.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was Donnie Most.
That was Ralph Mouth.
Oh, that's right. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's greatest show ever. Millennials, if you haven't seen the show, buy the DVD. Or I'm sorry, actually download it. I'm sure you could download it.
Stream.
I still do DVDs.
Oh,
We got a phone call?
Oh, there's about 9 things ringing. Good Lord.
What was that?
I don't know.
Is that a phone call?
Yep. Hello, you're on the better half.
Hi, this is Bradley from Sports Limited. I was wondering if you'd like to buy a magazine subscription.
2.
Yeah, I'm calling from Sports Limited. Actually, you sound kind of cute.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give you a trial subscription for free.
Only if you blow me.
What do you think about that?
I think you should blow me.
Listen, for Guns and Mags magazine, we're in.
Now there's no need to get all high and mighty on me, cutie.
Well, it's only Guns and Mags magazine.
Okay. No harm done.
Okay.
Anyway, you sound actually
God.
kind of...
All right. We're not going to waste our time with that. So as I was
We're
saying...
going to have to because I don't know where these numbers are coming
All right, well,
from.
when we realize what it is, just hang up on them, okay?
We need to hire a screener.
Yeah, okay. Rat. So, where was I? I lost my... Okay, so... I'm not...
Oh, no, someone I know. Alicia.
Who? Okay.
Hello, you're on the better
Hello.
half. Hey.
Yay!
Oh, my God, hold on.
You're just blowing out our
You are
microphones. Hold
You are
the
loud.
phone. Damn, you boisterous girl, you.
What's going on, Alicia?
Nothing much. I wanted to call and I wanted to be on the show.
You are definitely on the show.
Wowzers.
What is happening? Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes. Merry Christmas, Merry Kwanzaa, Hanukkah,
Merry
all of
Kwanzaa.
that. Feliz Navidad, all of that.
We're throwing it all in. You got big plans for Christmas?
No, just another day off from work.
There you go. That works for me.
Very good, very good.
Alicia's
What are
becoming.
you guys doing?
We're recording a podcast. That's
Oh, what are we doing for Christmas?
Oh,
Or what are we
Christmas,
doing
I'm
right
sorry.
now?
Christmas? I don't know. I think we're still trying to figure that one out.
I'm staying home with my family.
Oh,
Fair enough.
I know, right? I think that's what everyone's doing this year. It's like too much running around. No one got time for that.
Did you finish all your Christmas shopping?
No, I haven't done one lick of Christmas shopping.
Okay, well,
It's all right. I just bought my parents' Christmas gifts, and my mother's just showed up today, so I'm cutting it real close.
Oh,
I finished all
Oh, my
I finished all the shopping for
God.
my wife on Monday. It was my only day off until Christmas. So, I'm gonna be.
oh no!
You were done early.
I'm done. No, I'm done. I finished. I have to get 1 or 2 more stocking stuffers. Okay, you know what? I actually have a question for you. Do you stuff stockings? Like when
Stockings.
stocking stuffers.
We never did that.
No,
we never
really.
Had stockings.
Okay, well, there goes my next question.
Never.
Thanks for playing along. My wife wraps everything inside the stocking.
That doesn't make sense.
Me, I just
Really?
throw everything in
Yeah.
there, like everything.
That's
Toothpaste, bag of M&Ms.
Hence it's stocking
She
stuffer.
wraps everything.
That don't make
Like
sense.
M&Ms and candy, she doesn't. But like,
because they're already wrapped.
well, like she'll get me like even if she gives me something like a gift card, she'll wrap the gift card. I do not, and
Really?
she gets mad at me for not wrapping stuff in the stocking, and I'm like, if it was up to me, I would put everything in gift bags because you could use gift
That's
bags
what
again.
I do.
Amen.
I put it in
Oh,
the
no.
gift bag and I get the tissue paper and then I get my ribbons.
Absolutely.
And make it look real nice, and that's what you
I
get.
every year have to go downstairs into the basement, and I make a whole night of it because I will go play Xbox for like an hour, wrap a gift, play Xbox for an hour, wrap a gift, because she makes me wrap every gift. But now, I discovered the other day my daughter was wrapping gifts for her friends, and my daughter is 8 years old, and she knows how to wrap gifts.
Uh-oh.
Guess who's getting a 20? And she's coming downstairs to me while I play Xbox. She's going to be wrapping all my
Nice.
my
Wrapping her
wife's
own
gifts.
Nice.
No, my wife's gifts.
Oh, okay.
I hate it because we have to go down and wrap like Friday
Quietly,
night.
right? Yeah.
Friday night we have to go down and wrap all the kids' gifts.
No. No, thank
So-
you.
Ooh.
Oh, and go ahead. I have.
No.
So, Alicia, let me ask you a quick question. We are talking Christmas here. What was probably the best Christmas gift you ever got?
Ooh, I know. Okay, this is like when I was like 6, I remember. And me and my sister were obsessed with this doll named PJ Sparkles. I don't know if you even know
Sparks?
what that is. Sparkles, PJ Sparkles.
Oh, because PJ
It was
Sparks,
like
it
this
was
doll.
I had a doll of her.
It was a doll dressed like in all pink, and then like the lights. It was like the lights on the head, like the bow was light up or whatever.
Oh
the
my
shoes
God.
lit up and everything. Either that or my Pretty Ballerina. Those are my top 2 favorite
I feel
ones.
like I remember Pretty Ballerina. I
I
never had
remem-
one,
I-
but
Yeah.
I remember it.
That was really popular.
rem-
It had like the bar and everything with it, and had like the choo-choo and all of that, and then it came with a little cassette. You put the cassette in, and then the girl would dance to like Mozart and shit.
I do remember that because they never had a guy's version for it. The boys never got that anything cool like. Well, we had a Teddy Rups. Whoa, Teddy Ruxpin. I'm sorry, that's me just stroking out. All right, well, I'm gonna let you go, Alicia. Thank you very much for calling in. Truly appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. And in the meantime, you and your sister and your family have a wonderful Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Yes, you too as well, fellas. Have a good evening.
Thank you for calling. Appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Anytime. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Cool.
That's
All right.
awesome.
She's a nice girl.
Yes, very much so.
All right. So getting back to the happy days. Okay. So Fonzie, like I was saying, obviously has no plans for Christmas and eventually turns down invites from Richie and even Potsy. And I say Richie because Richie convinced his father reluctantly to extend an invite to Fonzie.
Okay.
So apparently Fonzie has a mystery cousin in upstate Milwaukee who he's planning on visiting by bus, and he has to leave on the 4:00 bus.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
Mr. Cunningham is closing up his hardware shop that he owns,
I forgot.
and
that
his
hardware
car
shop.
breaks down.
Oh, man.
So what do? They take the car, push the car to Fonzie's garage.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is the scene I talked about earlier in a couple of episodes ago. So Fonzie, of course, fixes it for free.
Dunk.
You know, in the
Hey.
no, he didn't just smack
okay.
it. Yeah. For those who don't know, Fonzie used to have a habit, almost secret power, wizardry, where he could punch a jukebox and the song he wanted would come on. He would snap his fingers and women would flock to him.
Amazing.
I once had that power for about 37 seconds in college, so didn't last long. So because Fonzie fixes his car for free, Mr. C, as he's called by Fonzie,
Mr. C.
offers to drive him to his family's house.
Okay.
And Fonzie's like, "Oh no, don't worry about it, Mr. C. I got it. You know what? I'm a little late. I'll make the 5:00 bus." Okay. But he gets like Fonzie starts to become like a real dick about it. Like he's like, back off. I don't need you. I don't need you, Mr. C, with your giant forehead. So it's obvious to Mr. C and Richie that he has no plans. But they can't prove it. Like I said, he rebukes their offer and also gets very angry with them. As they leave, Richie goes back inside the garage to give Fonzie his Christmas gift, which he left in the car, and catches Fonzie eating bread and butter alone in his garage.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
And it was like really depressing. I remember watching this as a little kid, and I was like, poor Fonz. He's like the nicest guy, the coolest guy in the world. And he's all alone. He's Mr. Popularity. Yeah.
That's not cool.
So Richie finally realizes, now that he has proof, that Fonzie is alone on Christmas. Okay? Commercial break. And it's like plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Okay,
Slinky.
1970. Slinky, it's such a wonderful toy.
It is.
There's one for a girl and a boy. Hello. It's me, Chris Walken. I'm here to sell you Skittles.
Hey, welcome.
And commercial break is over.
All right.
So, they're home. I
know. We got to rethink this.
Is this an actual phone call?
Hello, you're on the better half.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, this is coming from the Chinese food restaurant.
I'm sorry, where are you calling from?
This is the Chinese food restaurant. I don't know where are you.
Oh, I think, do you have a wrong number?
Chinese food restaurant.
Is it you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where are you.
Oh, sorry, I think we have a wrong number.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Makahaya ding ding.
I'm going to turn this off for a minute just so we can get through.
Get through the story. And then
you know what? We all right. Let's do. There you go.
We're going to cancel this phone call section because you people are dicks.
No, we had one good phone call there.
Okay, so unfortunately we have asshole friends.
Oh, absolutely. Except for Alicia, she was cool.
Yeah. Where was I? Okay, I was at a commercial break.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Technically, we were.
So the Cunninghams are at home, and they they're like, oh, let's go visit Fonzie. You know, we're gonna call bullshit on Fonzie. You know, so they go to Fonzie's apartment. Now Fonzie at this point did not live above their garage. He had a whole other apartment.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he eventually moved into. So he had a
whole
whole
way around.
He had a whole other apartment. They go to visit Fonzie, who quickly hears them at the door and picks up a suitcase with nothing in it, like he's packing, ready to go to, his cousin's house upstate Milwaukee. I don't remember the name of the town, but it was like another Indian name, like Wakawasha.
Yeah, they do a lot. Yeah, Wisconsin has
Yeah.
a lot of that.
A bunch of cheese eaters. So he's still playing up the, he's got a bus to catch, and they try to trick him to come to the Cunningham's home because their outside Santa Claus is not lighting up. Okay.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
they go, Fonz, you think you can fix it? Because, it's not like you have plans at Christmas. It's really important that Mr. C's effing fucking Santa Claus, lights up so, the neighbors, not the Jeffersons, could see, the Santa Claus. So Fonzie agrees. Okay, and Mr. C goes to grab his luggage, and it's obviously empty.
Aww.
And Fonzie goes, yo, Mr. C, I travel light. But now Fonzie's now going to the Cunningham's house.
Okay, good.
Reluctantly.
Thank goodness.
But still under the guise of now he's got to catch the last bus, the 9 o'clock bus.
Gotcha.
Okay, so he can't miss his bus. So, he fixes the Santa Claus, and Mrs. C out of nowhere, Marion, is like Marion's like, the lights aren't working on the tree now. They're really just screwing Fonzie over. Like, because if let's say he really did have plans, even though they know he doesn't.
Yeah.
So he fixes the lights. It's now 9:03.
Oh, he missed the bus.
He missed the bus to his cousin's house. Big spread, by the way, at the cousin's house.
Of course.
And he flat out, this is the Cunninghams. He flat out, it's like, yo, their living room is twice the size of this one. I'm like, fuck you. Fonzie, why don't you go back to your apartment alone?
So coming to my house?
Yeah, with your leather jacket and your white T-shirt. It's snowing out. You're not cold? Come on. Stop it. All right? So he fixes. They go, Fonzie, we'll drive you, and then he looks out the window and he goes, yo, Mr. C, the snow is really bad out there. I don't want you to have to drive back alone. He goes, you know what I'll do? I think I'll stay here with you guys if you don't mind. They're like, Fonzie, we'd love to have you. One of those let him think it's his idea thing. Okay? So, there's also,
like you do with your kids.
There's some fun facts in this episode, by the way.
Oh, really?
So there's another person in the house.
It's like a retro spotlight.
Chuck. Their brother,
Oh, the
Chuck.
brother.
And I'll get to that in a second.
Wait, this is season. He was still in season.
Let me
Okay,
finish,
okay, all right.
Let me finish. So now there's. Hey, there he is. Welcome to the show, Fonz. So he, Mr. C decides to to pop some popcorn.
I was gonna say
in a basket in the fireplace.
Oh, classic,
old school, right?
Classic.
So he goes, Mr. C, I'll help you with that. And he goes up to Mr. C and he goes, You knew my story was fake, didn't you, Mr. C? I knew you were wise to it. And he goes, well, it was all Richie's idea. Richie had the foresight to know that you were full of shit, Fonzie. He didn't say that on prime time.
That would have been awesome,
right? So he goes, he goes, hey, Richie comes over, hands him some marshmallows to roast, and he goes, Richie, I'm glad all your freckles were in a row, and cue the music. And it's a Fonzie Christmas. Now Fonzie's no longer alone at Christmas, And the best part, the best part about it, Marion was like, "You're staying here, Fonzie," and she said it with such force, and he was like,
"You're sleeping in my bed tonight, Fonzie."
Whoa! Mrs. C puts him in his face and puts him in his place, and he goes,
puts him in his face.
Yeah, it reminds him of how his mother talked to him.
Oh.
And he goes, "Only one woman got away with talking to me like that, Mrs. C, and that was my mother."
Ooh.
And he smiles.
Aww.
So it's like Mrs. C's like his mom, surrogate
very
mom.
Nice. That's weird
so
when they banged.
He stays with them, and then the next scene, the last scene of the episode, which I love, is they go around the table, right?
Okay.
The dinner table, and Fonzie's sitting there, and they're like, "All right, let's say grace," So I thought he was going to go Grace, but which would that would have been funny.
That would have been good.
But so Richie goes, "Want to know? We let our guest, say grace, Dad." So Mr. Cunningham still looks to me like he's a little on the fence about having this street punk Fonzie in his house at Christmas, because he's like, all right, fine, let him say it. Jesus Christ, can I just eat a turkey leg already? And Fonzie looks up at the sky and goes, "Yo, thanks."
Aw.
Directed by Gary Marshall.
What?
You know, Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday. Now, some fun facts.
Ooh, all right.
All right, fun facts.
I love a good fun fact.
Yes. This episode marked the last appearance of Chuck, the older brother.
That was the last episode. That's when he ascended up the stairs, never to come back down
right
again.
Before, when they're trying to fix the lights, Chuck goes upstairs and is never heard or seen from again. He's never mentioned. He's never spoken of. Nobody knows what the F happened to Chuck. He's the Chuck under the stairs.
He got chucked.
Now, okay. Here's another thing. Now, I've never heard of this happen in a show before. Larry, watched as much TV as I did.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if you can figure that this has ever happened.
Okay.
This episode was re-aired in the 4th season as a new episode.
Wait, what?
And I'll explain. It was labeled a flashback episode because Richie was telling the story of what happened on this Christmas with Fonzie to Al Del Vecchio, owner of Arnold's. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. No one does an Al Del Vecchio.
A 4th season remake, not even a remake, just a re-airing with a I don't even have what do they call it, like maybe a
flashback?
Or a flashback, or like a narration of Richie telling the story of what happened in episode 2, season 2, episode 11, to Al Del Vecchio. They must have been sitting in the diner, and they just said, "Well, we don't have our writers, were high on cocaine this week, so we have nothing. Let's re-air episode 11." 2 years later.
That is very odd. Now I want to get that episode. I
Yes,
want to watch that one.
I have to look. I'll look up that one.
I'll spend the $1.29 or
Whatever it is.
99 cents.
Some other fun facts. Now, Happy Days was originally a spin-off of
Laverne and Shirley.
Was a spin-off of Love American Style.
Yes.
Much like The Simpsons, it was a segment in Love American Style. It was called Love and the Happy Days or something like that. Okay? And then much like The Simpsons were a spin-off of Tracy Ullman.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Now. Love American Style. I vaguely remember this. That's how old I am. This has got to be like the 60s, right? And you. Now, do you know how many shows was spun off of Happy Days?
That's right. Okay, that I was thinking backwards. 1, 2.
No, don't say them. Don't say 1, 2.
All right.
Do you know them?
Joni Loves Chachi.
That's 1.
Laverne and Shirley.
That's 2. Schlemiel. Schlemazel. Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
We're gonna do it. And of course, the reason why Joni Loves Chachi is the #1 episode in Korea.
Yes.
Chachi
That's
means
2.
penis.
You're never going to get the other ones.
Hold on. No, one of them's weird.
There's a couple of weird ones.
Hold on. Star Trek?
No.
What?
Nano.
Mork and Mindy.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What was it? What was his
I don't
thing?
remember.
He had a handshake too.
Shazbot.
Okay, and there was 3 other ones that I was able to find.
3 other ones?
Fonz and the Happy Days Gang, which was animated.
Wow.
Yes. 2 other ones which called, then they're also under question. Blasky's Beauties and Out of the Blue. Now, these were characters who were one-off on Happy Days that weeks later got their own show. And those shows lasted like 4 episodes.
Did those characters, were they featured in an episode of Happy Days?
Yes.
Okay, because Married with Children used to do that as well.
But so they said that the problem was one of these shows aired before the episode of Happy Days. So the character who was in the show had this whole show, and then a week later, I believe it was this Out of the Blue. I can't really find it in my notes, but basically there's the character named Random, and he appeared in one episode of Happy Days a week after his character was in another show, this spin-off show. So it's still under controversy of whether or not it's considered a spin-off or not.
That one's weird.
Yeah, it was pretty strange. I think it was Out of the Blue. That was the one. But
I don't remember.
That was a very special episode to me. The very special episode is it holds a fondness in my heart. There are so many good ones out there.
Oh, I mean, classics.
Not just Christmas episodes. I mean, you have Family Ties with Uncle. What the hell was his name?
Tom
Hanks played him. Uncle Lenny.
No, began with a D.
He was an alcoholic.
Oh, he sure was. Well, the first time he came through, he was, I think, embezzling money. And then the second time he came through, he was a drunk, and he hits Alex.
He hits Alex, right. I remember he was drinking the rubbing alcohol or the vanilla extract or something.
Yes, because I was reading something. Someone's like, it was that episode I learned you can get drunk on vanilla extract.
Yes, yeah. And also, Tom Hanks was also had a walk-off or one-off role in Happy Days. Uncle Ned. But he was in Happy Days, too, as a karate master who tried to fight Fonzie. And
Ned, you need help.
I do not have a drinking problem, and I do not need any help.
Yes, you do. Admit it.
Come on, Ned.
I think you should call Alcoholics Anonymous.
You can't be kidding, Louise. You actually think that I'm an alcoholic?
Ned,
look how good he is.
You're sick. You have a disease.
Freaking
If you don't do something about it, it's going to kill you.
I don't care. It's over for me.
It is not over for you, Uncle Ned. You were at the top once. You can make it back up there again. If you want... Hey, Uncle Ed, don't do that. Hey, give me those.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone!
Ooh. Down goes Keaton.
And that's what started it all for Michael J. Fox.
See his head shake?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, that was a good one.
Now, there was another special episode, a very special episode in All in the Family.
Oh, the one when she gets raped?
Yes. Oh, it still gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Douche chills.
Not because who's going to rape her? That's first of all. I mean, nice
oh
lady.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Archie.
Don't put it there.
Archie, what are you doing, Archie? No, there was a burglar, cat burglar. Okay, and he breaks it. They're all over at it was I believe at the Jefferson's house celebrating something. And geez, would you look at this over here, huh? He was over there, and he was at the house getting a souffle or something. Geez.
Now you don't make any trouble.
Oh boy.
And everything's going to be just fine. You understand?
I'll give you anything you want. I got some money upstairs, $8, or I could give you a check.
I'll give you a check. She's so innocent.
Lady, I don't want your money.
Eerie, that
now look, I don't want to hurt you, but
But
you see this?
the fact that
the gun.
Oh.
I'd hate to have to use it.
I'd hate to have you have to, too.
Yeah, the laugh track just...
All right, then. All you got to do is do exactly like I tell
has
you.
he even been attacked on this show?
Everything's going to be just fine.
What are you going to do?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Just exactly what
Here we
you
go.
think I'm going to do to
Stick
you.
it up your cooter.
Now we're talking.
No, you wouldn't.
Did you hear someone laugh?
Oh, I'm getting chills. Stop it.
Oh no, never mind. It's
Right.
someone else. Okay.
Just stay quiet.
I thought it was another intruder, but it's the same guy. I forgot he takes his clothes off.
What are you going to do? You...
Okay, no.
Someone laughed.
The worst part about that is at the end, she runs out of the house, like, with her bra strap hanging out, and then just roll credits. It's like, what?
Honestly.
Did the cops get her?
That's rough.
Oh.
Which is worse, that or the episode when she dies?
I don't know if I remember that episode.
Yeah, the episode when she dies, I think, was either the series finale or the first episode of Archie Bunker's Place.
It might have been.
Yeah.
You might be correct on both of those. But, then, of course, the infamous Mr. Wilson's Bike Shop.
Oh, my God.
I mean, let's just talk about that for a second. Different Strokes, people. 1980-something.
I mean,
And Arnold and Dudley.
Arnold knows all about Different Strokes.
Dudley. Arnold and Dudley go into the bike shop run by Mr. Wilson, who was formerly the head of WKRP in Cincinnati and briefly was the Maytag man.
Was the Maytag
yes, he
man.
was.
I forgot about that.
And so he gets Arnold and Dudley in the back of the bike shop because he's a kid toucher there. And
was Kimberly with them or no?
I think Kimberly might have left them at the bike shop. Way to go, Kimberly.
No, because Kimberly was also kind of like not kidnapped, but something happened with her as well in one episode. That may have been a different episode.
Was it just basically the scare the living shit out of children episodes? I mean,
oh, absolutely. I didn't want to ride a bike for years.
I mean, like, we're gonna, so basically they got Arnold and Dudley topless in the back of the thing. And I don't remember exactly what happens, but like Arnold takes off and leaves Dudley there, a nice friend. And Dudley's sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to just like, pose and shit. And I believe that was a 2-parter.
Hey, this is like a house.
Sure, I live here. Oh, you like games?
Yeah,
You like
kind
the
of-
bananas, don't you?
it's a best of his mix.
Oh, hey, listen, we'll
Oh,
make
it's a
this
best of?
3-dipper job here.
Yeah.
I bet you're a whipped cream man, too. Huh?
Oh, is he giving him hot chocolate?
Yeah, ice cream, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, this mix is not a good.
This is a dirty.
You two
This
are.
is a dirty compilation.
There's just one thing, though. Maybe it would be best if you didn't even mention, that you came back here and I gave you all this ice cream before dinner.
I like ice cream.
Why don't we just make it our little secret? Huh? You know something, Arnold? I really like you.
Like you
I
bent
really
over a
like
table, short boy.
You and I are gonna
Uncle
have a
Mr.
lot of
Wilson.
good times.
You're rubbing him now.
Hey, Mr. Wilson.
Dudley's
we ought to be
already here
playing
now.
Some games.
It's called hide the
I know a neat game with
salami.
the camera. You guys like to take pictures?
Yeah, we love it.
See if I got my trusty. Here's my trusty camera.
right
You just
here.
happen to have it right here next to
go.
these
Do me a
pedals.
favor. Put this ball gag in your mouth for
I got a
fun.
great
Bring
idea.
out the
Take-
gimp.
Take your shirt off.
Give-
Okay.
What?
Great idea.
Well, he
Take your shirt
went
off.
right for it. Take your shirt off.
Let
Okay.
me help you with that, Len.
Dud-
Oh,
Dud-
that's-
Dud-
that's-
Parent is signing off that they're allowed to do this.
Dudley's a goer.
That's good.
Dudley's a goer. He was like,
Fine.
yeah, okay, I'll take my
Now
shirt
we're
off.
going to take some pictures, and we're going to have another little sip of wine, and we're going to take some more pictures. And,
I'm going to pull my pants down, let you suck on my pecker.
And then at the end, is it Mr. Drummond who comes in and saves the day?
Yeah, old wrinkly neck himself comes in. There's a ton. There are a ton of very special episodes. We could be here forever.
Different Strokes had a lot of good ones. They had the one about epilepsy. That was a fun one.
With that little girl?
No. It was
Progeria kid? Wasn't there a Progeria kid in one of those episodes? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly what you're
that
talking about.
old wrinkly kid?
No.
I'm going to hell. I'm sorry.
No, one of the maids, not the one that went to Facts of Life.
Adelaide.
Who was the other one? The one
Well,
after
Charlotte Ray was Mrs. Garrett.
Yeah,
she
after
went to
Mrs.
Facts of
Garrett.
Life. After her was the southern one, Adelaide. I think her name
Maybe it
was.
was her, but they were like,
There was the old wrinkly one who was the first one.
oh no, not her. No,
Actually, I believe the first one wasn't
the first one Garrett?
No, I believe the first one was. I want to say Mrs. Jefferson, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Okay, now I have to Google this.
But
You keep
basically,
talking.
they were like,
I'm still looking up
they
PJ
were
Sparks.
They were doing. They were doing
Sparkles. Sorry.
They were doing like Shakespeare. Someone was doing Shakespeare in the Park, and it was Arnold, and I think it's a little. I think he had. This is when they had the redhead, the adopted brother.
Oh,
Sam.
Sam,
who was in an
Mr. D.
epic, very special episode of Different Strokes. I'll mention in a moment. But they were watching this play, and
you
one
know
of
else
the,
was in Different Strokes, right?
Dana Plato.
Andrew Dice Clay.
You know what?
Crazy
doing research,
Larry.
Doing research for this, I didn't know that was him.
Yep.
With the gun episode.
Okay. They lived in a penthouse with Drummond, his daughter Kimberly, and their maid. There were 3 maids during the sitcom's run: Edna Garrett, Adelaide Brubaker, and Pearl Gallagher. Pearl was the little.
Okay, Pearl was the short one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the questions. Who all died from Different Strokes? Who is Dudley in Different Strokes? How old was Gary Goldman when he's in Different Strokes? Who played the maid in Different Strokes?
So long story short, they learned about epilepsy because someone started having a stroke, and the kids were like joking around about it, like, "Oh, I'm going to give her a milkshake." Yeah. And then I think it was Adelaide, the middle one, who comes out and says, "I have epilepsy. That's not funny." Blah blah blah.
I went, go make me a milkshake.
You're my maid. Clean this up. But Sam, the little redhead, was in one of the most epic, very special episodes when he gets kidnapped. And I remember he was out, and the guy who kidnapped him was like, "I'm looking. Can you help me? I'm trying to find dog food for my dog. What's the best food?" And of course, the kid, dummy that he is, was like, "Oh, I'll show you. Here it is." And he got him all the way home.
There's another one where Kimberly gets kidnapped.
Yeah,
too.
that's the one I'm talking about. Well, that's the one I was mentioning earlier. I thought Kimberly got kidnapped with that one as well, with Mr. Wilson. But one of my favorite lines in the episode when Sam gets kidnapped, and this guy brings the kid home, and pretty much incorporates him into his family, where this guy's wife and already other son or daughter was like, oh, okay, this is a normal occurrence that we all of a sudden have a new kid in the house.
Well, they were probably in on it. This is my phone for some reason. It's been doing this.
Oh.
It's some scam. It's this bullshit scam.
Are you logged into the thing?
No.
Okay.
Then
hit off. Or answer.
Hold on. Hello? 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 Who's this? Stop stealing your Wi-Fi? This is a phone call. I'm hooked in.
Are you sure are you still logged in? Open up the app. So yeah, so this guy brings Sam home and just sits him down at the dinner table. And is like, all right, you're part of the family now.
Here's your new brother.
Yeah.
The little redhead.
Yeah. And one of the best
Soulless
lines.
ginger.
You get this straight, Sam. This is your family from now on. And stay away from that telephone. You step out of line just once. You remember what I told you I would do? I will kill your parents, Sam.
But...
You hear me and understand me.
Yes, sir.
That's creepy. That is creepy.
Oh, I remember that episode.
This was like
it was
8:30 on a
yesterday.
Tuesday.
Honestly, I want to laugh.
Okay, what is okay? We'll get off this topic because we have other stuff to talk about. But what in your memory is the worst? We'll give us both out the worst, very special episode.
Worst,
like traumatic worst.
Oh, traumatic to me would be that stupid Punky Brewster episode when she's trapped in the wall. But I don't think that was a very special episode.
She wasn't trapped in the wall. Her friend was
yeah, the old man
was fucking creepy, man.
Henry.
That was. How do you remember these things?
Punky. I don't remember the dog's name though.
Soleil Moon Hotness.
Oh my gosh, she had to
Not
get a boob
then,
reduction.
Not then.
Yeah, sure.
Now. Sure.
Like that one scared me, but I honestly, it was either this one with Sam getting kidnapped.
See, I don't remember that one. I stopped watching the show, I think, by then. So
I remember that. Or there was one of. Oh, I remember the one of. Was it Growing Pains or Family Ties when the best friend gets killed in the almost gets killed in the car accident, and then ends up dying from internal bleeding that no one knew about.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
Maybe that was Growing
Family
Pains.
Ties.
No, Family Ties. Alex's friend.
Right.
Dies.
Did he commit suicide? Or
yes.
And the whole thing was Alex's therapy. You know, it was different.
Yes,
it was a black
the whole
background.
Yep,
they were dealing with suicide, and at the end of the episode,
Absolutely.
I think the whole cast come in and they go, "If you're struggling with suicide,
they used to do that all
you
the
should listen
time.
to Victims and Villains."
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I think Saved by the Bell did that with the Speed episode. They all come out like they're sitting there, and Ace, Mario Lopez is like,
with his,
if you're into drugs, here's the number.
No one can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I know. With his leg up on the table.
I just googled very special, and this came up: 5 inexplicably horrifying episodes of classic comedies. First one that pops up. Punky Brewster. Punky loses everyone she loves.
Yes, because I think there was a murderer going around. Like that.
Let's see.
That may be a different episode.
The Perils of Punky. What is it? The valuable lesson.
There was
to the audience
another
about
one?
the white man's burden.
What?
Oh, and this horrifying savage magic of Indians. Lake Waxahachie.
Yes. Oh, the Indians.
She goes on a camping trip.
Yes.
With her ethnically... listen. Punky goes on a camping trip with her ethnically inclusive friends. And they promptly get lost in the wilderness. And
it's probably like a vision quest or something.
Oh, God.
There was an I don't remember what show it was. I remember there was an episode where someone was running for class.
It was like a giant spider.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
Someone was, I don't remember the episode or the show. I'm trying to think. Someone was running for class president, and the person they were, facts of life. This is fucking Blair.
She was a bitch.
Is a miserable.
She's
First of
probably
all,
from the Hamptons.
Do you remember the episode when she found out her uncle was a member of the Ku Klux Klan?
No.
They were getting ready. The Blair, what was her last name on the show? Blair
Warner.
Oh, she
Blair
was such
Warner,
a high
Joel Polnicek, Tootie McFoodie, and Natalie Johnson.
All right, you were going good.
All right.
The family's getting ready to donate money to a school or something.
Was Joe Polnicek lesbian?
In real life or on the show?
No, on the show.
Well, probably not. It was the
that
80s.
was a very special episode.
Yeah, because lesbians weren't around yet, but she probably was.
They weren't around yet.
But
man,
what'd you knock over?
I dropped my phone on the side of your chair.
Ooh, good luck reaching down there.
It's not gonna be sticky or anything.
I don't know. Something moving.
Oh man. Remind me to get that later.
So anyway, long story short, she's running for class president. The person running up against her, so much pressure for the class presidency that she kills herself, and Blair ends up winning by default.
Jesus.
What, did it go in the bag?
I don't know. I'll find it later.
Oh man. Yeah. What else?
There was the one on the Facts of Life. There was a few. There was one where I remember everyone was going down to Manhattan to see a play, and Tootie was too young, so she stayed. She had to stay back, and she decided to go on her own because I'm old enough. And
with
she
her roller skates.
She didn't go with the roller skates. This was post boob Tootie.
Okay, fair enough.
And she went down. She was supposed to meet at a coffee shop across the street from.
Was this before or after they opened up that stupid store?
Before George Clooney, and then his edibles. I watched it way too much. I was a latchkey kid. Okay, so
no, not that store.
No, Edna's Edibles.
Wasn't there another like a more
yes out of this world or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. It was like out of your mind.
About Edna's Edibles.
It was that was with George Clooney mullet day. But no, she went down to Manhattan to meet them when they got out of the play to show them that she could do it. But the play let out early or something, and she was across the street in a cafe, and there was a hooker and her pimp there, and she was like, "I want her, get her." And she was like, "Yo, man, she's still watching Saturday morning cartoons. I can't get her," you know. And like she was so listen, she had no money. She got robbed, and finally the girls came back with Mrs. Garrett, and she was like, "Oh, Tootie,
you gotta charge more,
girls, Blair." Love me some Mrs. Garrett. You're the feisty redhead. All right, sudden interruption.
Oh, it's been a while.
You can only bang one of the Different Strokes maids.
Joe. Oh! I didn't mean
one of the Different Strokes maids. Adelaide.
I'm gonna go with Adelaide.
Mrs. Garrett or Pearl.
I'm gonna go Adelaide.
Pearl was the the big buxom one.
Oh,
Adelaide was the small wrinkly one.
Was Adelaide also on Night Court?
No.
Oh, she wasn't one of the bailiffs on Night Court?
No, that was Selma something.
Yeah, remember, she died the first season.
Yeah.
Then they got another one.
Then
She
they got
died the
Roz.
second.
They got Roz.
Roz died the second
and then they
season.
got the black woman.
And then what's her face like,
maybe we should get a younger woman.
I would have to go, the middle, the southern one.
Yeah, I would go with Miss
Even
Garrett.
though, I was going to say, Garrett knows what she's doing.
Well, Garrett's a screamer.
Yeah.
So, girls! Oh, right there. Do me! Didn't know I had a Mrs. Garrett in me.
Miss Garrett had you in there almost. Oh, wowza.
Yeah. So, getting back to Christmas.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, it's like
I'm looking forward to Christmas, man. I love Christmas. Is my favorite time of year. Next to WrestleMania season, Christmas is the best season of my year. I really didn't get a chance to decorate this year, and it's only me.
I was
so
looking
who
for your
figures?
tree.
Yeah, it's in the thing. It's only me. What am I going to go walk in, look at it, be like, oh, no one's here.
Aw, la.
Maybe I'll go have some bread and butter in the garage.
Wow, Fonzie.
Hey!
Why don't you come to our house? My Santa Claus is out. Actually,
that's a personal problem.
You know what? Oh my God, Larry, I know how to do it. Larry, I know you got to get the train back to Brooklyn, but why don't you come to my house and set up my gaming systems?
Ooh.
I don't want you to miss the last bus to Brooklyn.
Oh, bus to Brooklyn.
Can you imagine?
Good Lord. But no, Christmas I love, even though I have had such
time is here.
A difficult time shopping. I'm a terrible shopper, a gift giver. I don't know good gifts to give people. I'm just not.
Example.
I've been trying to shop for my parents this year. I don't know what to get my parents.
You know your parents.
I know them. I do,
very
but
well.
I just don't know what they like. They know what I want.
It's real easy.
Santa knows what I want.
Fleshlight and your mother some lingerie. Done.
It's my parents, goddammit.
Meanwhile, if your mom listens to this, she's gonna go, "What's a flashlight, Butch?"
Oh God, that's the last thing I need to know or explain. But I don't know. Gift giving. That's actually the one part I'm not crazy about. Is the gift giving. I don't expect anything, but I don't know. It's just kind of because I'm not good at it.
See, the funny thing is, every year my wife asks me what I want. I tell her, and she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Then why ask me? Why ask me?" You know, and I'm simple. Listen, you give me a list. You give me a list, I will get 98% of the stuff on the list, and then 1 or 2 or 3 other things. Okay, so I'm a simple person. I'll stick to the list. Don't make my life a living hell. But I have to ask my wife for a list. And don't get me wrong, I will always buy a gift like not on the list that's like superb. You know, whether it's a piece of jewelry or something, so or whatnot. But there's always something I know she wants. But then I'm like, you know, I'm like, just give me gift cards. I want you to open something Christmas morning. I'm like, fine, I'll open up gift cards. I don't care. It's what I want. You know, I like buying things for myself. You know, and then there's also, let's just say whatever. For instance, I'll say, I don't know, what do you want for Christmas? I want Call of Duty. Okay, no, that's a bad example.
Good example.
No. I'll say I want, I don't know, whatever. There's something I want, and she thinks it's a stupid gift. Therefore, that's what I want. I won't get it.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Like, she's like, I'm not going to waste my money on that because it's a stupid gift. But if it's something I want, and you ask me, I feel that, you know, that's what I want. It's reasonably priced. I should get it.
I asked...
You asked what? You asked what?
I can edit if you want. Just
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I asked Alicia earlier when she called in. I'll ask you, what was like the best gift you ever got for Christmas?
The best gift I ever got for Christmas, as a child or as an adult?
Child.
Jeez.
Because let's face it, you know, the number of gifts was probably more back then.
God, you know, I don't know. I'm that old that I just don't remember.
Do you remember? All right, let's do this. Do you remember a gift you got? It doesn't have to be the best gift, but do you remember getting a gift that like just came out of the blue you were not expecting?
Well, you know what? Actually, getting back to that, I do remember a gift that I got, but I think it was more of me and my brother got it. We got the Atari 2600.
Nice.
Growing up, and that was
very cool.
You know, back in the day, that was you know, big hot item. You know, hot item.
Was.
So, oh man. So I, as an adult though, you know, I don't know. My wife gets me some pretty decent stuff, but like, you know, I'm very simple. I ask for things that I need. Like if I need clothes, I'll ask for clothes. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm very practical. You know, if I'm gonna get a super duper gift, I want to be surprised by it. I want, you know, I don't want to have to go, oh, this is what I want. Like, you know, like obviously sports tickets would be great. You know, I'd love, you know, hockey tickets or something.
Let's go Belmont.
All right, if you say so.
Can't wait for Belmont.
It's not going to happen.
What? They announced it today.
Yeah, but it's you know what's going to happen? It's going to take like 3 years to build.
2 seasons.
Okay, and when they don't sell out there, what's the excuse?
They're going to sell out.
They'll sell out for a season.
Long Island people are going to come back. There's parking. That's why people don't want to go to Brooklyn.
You know why they you know what they originally went to Brooklyn for? Because you know what they all complained about? There's no transportation hub in Uniondale, so people can't get off the train and go to a game.
Well, that didn't stop people from going to a game.
Well, it did stop them because there's a giant transportation hub where they are now at Barclays, and guess what? No one went to the games.
Because they would outnumber the number of people who are taking the train versus those who are driving.
Okay, if you say so.
It's gonna be good.
All right, we'll see.
Jerk.
I'm not a jerk. I'm being honest. I know more about hockey than you do. I know more about this team than you do. So,
and people from Long Island aren't gonna be happy that they're coming back to Long Island.
Technically, it's Queens.
It's Nassau County.
It's Queens.
It's Nassau.
Queens, Nassau border.
It's not that bad. It's about an hour from Brooklyn. Probably a little shorter from here.
For what? For the 75 fans they gained that went to Brooklyn? They isolated half of their Long Island fans. What they originally should have done is, which I said years ago, Go by Republic Airport, and I wrote this on somebody's Facebook.
Yeah, so
Eric's,
Ginger.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Republic Airport. There's all those vacant lots. We're talking about the New York Islanders, people. The vacant lots there. That you have access to all the major highways. You have a frigging airport for VIP people who want to fly in and fly out, including their own damn team, and other teams could fly right into Republic, visiting teams. Okay, it makes all the sense in the world. You have restaurants, you have hotels,
but they're building that.
But they could have built it there originally and never left Long Island. Barclays is an abortion. It should have never happened. The freaking scoreboard is over on the right side of the thing.
Yeah, it is weird.
You can't see one goalie.
I don't even think they sell those things
could
anymore.
fall down to your death if
I've
you stand
seen
up wrong.
someone fall. Yep.
Okay, the place it's not made for hockey. It was a horrible mistake. I voted, and I'm a Ranger fan. I voted for the arena.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're a Ranger fan, but you're a hockey fan.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So
your best Christmas gift was Atari 2600.
As a child, I can't remember anything new. I don't know. I'm just
as an adult, we don't really get. That's not it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about the kids.
By the way, I'm going to murder that fucking elf on the shelf.
What?
Last night, literally 1:30 in the morning, Stephanie goes to me. Did you move the elf? No. I'm sorry. It wasn't 1:30. It was 5:30 in the morning when I was leaving for work. You need to move the elf. Now, the elf was hanging from the chandelier in the dining room.
For how long?
4 days. Because I saw a great thing online. It was the elf had a fake cast on his leg. Said he can't move till Christmas. I'm like, this is genius. Whoever thought this one was freaking genius. So tonight when I get home from here, I have to go. Are you ready for this? I have to get one of my mugs, which I did last year, put some marshmallows in it, and have the fucking elf squat into my mug. Because right now, you know where the elf is? I took him off the chandelier this morning at 5:30, and I threw him into the bar, with the bar area, like we have a bar cart. So he ass up in the air on a bottle of rum.
Makes sense.
And I came home from work and like, Daddy, Christopher Poppingkins was in the bar. And I'm like, son of a bitch drank my rum. I was like, I look over and I was like, Christopher, did you drink my rum? And I'm like, I'm having a conversation with a fucking plastic elf. What is wrong with me?
Oh, terrible. The slave of the corporation.
I'm so. I can't wait to tell my kids that Santa Claus isn't real.
Oh,
I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna look. He's fake. I'm Santa. Deal with it.
The spirit lives on.
Yeah, I was Santa the other night. The spirit lives on.
What do you mean? Yeah, spirit lives on. I'm a firm believer in the spirit of Christmas.
Okay.
I believe that when you have kids around Christmas
you're a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
I'm just saying. Listen. Watch your language.
You're going to tell me about having kids? Go ahead. Go.
No.
Go on now.
Once you have kids, which I'll never make that mistake. Once you have kids,
wait a minute.
I feel like kind of like around Christmas time, the Jews don't count. Around Christmas time, I'm kidding.
I didn't say anything.
It's for the listeners. So around Christmas time, I said that 3 times. Let me cut that.
Hey.
Around Christmas time, I feel like parents get kind of like the sixth sense when it comes to gifts and stuff like that.
I see dead presents.
Yeah, because I remember finally, it wasn't the best gift I ever got, but I remember when I was young, I don't know, I was probably like 10, 11,
9,
early double digits. First of all, do you remember getting like the Sears catalog or like the toy catalog around Christmas and then start circling?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. And in my house, I mean, I'm the only child, so I was not allowed to even mention what I want for Christmas before December 1st. Because if I did, I was not getting that gift.
Jeez, rough house.
And because parents, I think, were much better back in the 80s, they lived up to it. If I mentioned it beforehand, I was not getting it for Christmas. And guess what? I learned my lesson and not talked about Christmas before December 1st.
I was very tempted to give my daughter a bag of coal and nothing else this year. She's been horrible. She's been a horrible child.
So I remember looking in the catalog, and I remember seeing this. It was like a teacher playset. It was cool. It was like this little briefcase, and it came with notes and like detention pads and like a little chalkboard and stuff like this. I just loved it. It was really cool. I think I kind of wanted to be a teacher growing up, but I never.
Nerd.
I never pursued it. But I never circled it.
Wait, you're not a teacher?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just looking.
So I never circled it in the book. I never mentioned it to my parents. I never just kept staring at the page or kept the page open or dog-eared it. Nothing. That Christmas rolls around. I open up gifts, and one of them was this teacher set.
The Red Rifle BB gun.
And I just flipped my lid because I'm like, I never even mentioned this. And, well, at the time, Santa. And Santa got it for me. And to this day, because of that, that's why I firmly believe in the spirit of Christmas and that parents have that sixth sense when it comes to gift giving. It's just, it's to this day.
I'm sure you just don't remember, but I'm sure you left a hint.
Absolutely not. Never
okay,
mentioned a word
Beth,
of it.
I want to talk to your mother.
Go right ahead.
Call her.
Want me to call her right now?
No. She's probably sleeping. It's 10:38.
Oh, please. She always stayed up late.
She a dirty stay up.
I'm sorry, what?
She a dirty stay up.
It's my mother you're talking about.
Okay, I didn't say anything bad. She a stay up. She stay up. Is she a night owl?
Use the word dirty.
Who falls asleep first, your father or your mother?
Oh, definitely my dad.
In his chair or in bed?
He falls asleep on the couch sometimes.
On the toilet,
but
on the kitchen table.
Once he goes upstairs, he's out, and then the dog gets in the bed, and then she's out.
Who snores?
The dog.
Your father don't snore?
No.
Really?
Apparently I do.
Yeah, I heard you from my neighborhood.
No, for real. Like, when I crash on my parents, like, my mother's like, you snore so loud.
That's this.
I know. I'm fully aware of that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure I have sleep apnea.
I made Stephanie go for a
test,
a sleeping test, and she loved it because she got to sleep out. I got to sleep. I was quiet because when she faces one way, she doesn't snore.
Yeah.
When she faces me, she snores. So I'm like, I always nudge her, and she's like, I have to start out this side, and I turn over. And I'm like, why don't you sleep on my side of the bed, and I'll sleep on your side of the bed, and then you could because I'm more comfortable when I'm facing her.
Yeah.
Because of my shoulders all messed up. And so it's like, I'm like, why don't we just switch it? No, I like my side. These are things you don't have to worry about. Like the burrito roll. You know what a burrito roll is?
What's a burrito roll?
When I turn over in bed, what do? I take my arm, I lift the blanket a little with my arm, I turn my body, I put my arm down, the blanket settles.
So the blanket don't move. You
the
move.
The blanket doesn't move, I move. When my wife rolls over, it's like, oh, I'm going to make myself into a burrito and take the whole blanket with me. And I'm afraid if I pull hard enough, like, remember those racing games or the car games when you'd pull that thing out of the back? Right.
Yeah.
Like, she'd go flying off the bed. And she goes, we're just going to get 2 blankets. I go, no. I go, because that's the start of Ricky and Desi. Ricky and Lucy. I said, I'm not going to start that because I'm not getting a separate bedroom. My wife's grandparents were 97, 95, and 93 when they passed away. Separate bedrooms.
You know what's weird? I remember that about my grandparents.
They wanted a divorce.
Mine
I was like,
didn't.
why don't you guys just wait it out?
Mine were just, my grandfather used to work late, and I guess just they kind of got used to it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I've been working early so much that, what's today? Today is Wednesday. Yeah. Friday night, I'll probably sleep in the basement.
Okay.
Since I have to be in work at 6 o'clock.
You have that sweet bed down there.
Yeah. It's a nice bedroom.
Yep.
It's good when I get in trouble.
But I give married couples credit. I can't sleep in the same bed with anybody.
Not by any choice of your own, but
I have shared quarters with people.
Have you ever slept in a bed with more than one woman?
At the same time?
Yes.
No.
I have.
Really?
In college. Oh, I was completely friend zoned.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
It was in Atlantic City.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got friend zoned.
All places.
I got friend zoned.
East Coast
I don't
Vegas.
remember what we were down there for, but I ended up in a room with 4 girls or something, and I was driving, so I said, "Listen, I'm getting to bed.
Hey, girls, can I hang out with you?
I was with one of the girls was my friend, and another one I was trying to get with, and I ended up in bed with the one I was trying to get with, and 3 other girls, and I was in the middle, and I was just like, don't get hot, 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 don't, because I'm like baseball. All
right, let me ask you this. Now I have to ask: were you in what we'll call pajamas? Were you in sleeping?
I was kind of probably in a pair of shorts and
wow.
And here's the thing, you know what I was worried about the most? Snoring. I was like, please. I remember I went to the bathroom, like I blew my nose for an hour. I was like, there was nothing in
You
here.
started
nothing.
snoring. Those 3 girls would just start without you.
I was just like, well, no, nothing happened. Sadly, oh God,
What were they in?
Like pajamas.
Oh,
you know,
they pass out whatever they were in.
One, I think one did, but like, I think I woke up with one of them had their hand like on my stomach.
Uh-oh.
But like where the belt line was, and
There
I'm like,
is a
please,
God.
please, 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 and nothing happened. And they're like, ew, not you. No. Go get us breakfast. Okay. Whatever you say, ladies. Thank you, ladies, for letting me hang out with you.
And you're sitting down there just, why my friend zone? Just eating.
Oh God, I hate it.
Eggs
I was
after eggs.
such a fucking friend zone loser. Oh my. No. Is the phone line back on? Or are we?
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid.
Doesn't matter.
I think the phone call that we got on my phone was actually a real phone call, but I forgot to log.
Who'd you hang up on?
Well, no, it was somebody trying to be a jerk, but it was.
We should make a random outbound call.
Yeah, right. We should do an outgoing call.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be hysterical. I don't care. Go for it.
I don't even know who to call.
Well, no, it would be bad if
really
like they would just get Eric.
Keep telling them to call in. It's and maybe it's just because I'm at this point in my life that I'm not used to anyone sleeping in the same bed. But the few times, all joking aside, the few times I've had, a woman sleep over in the bed. I don't know why I had to specifically say woman. That was kind of weird.
I also had to say bed.
Yeah, I know. When I had someone, spend the night and sleep in bed, even in college.
All I see is you like Tom Hanks in Big. I got him on top, and you have bunk beds in there that I don't know about.
That'd be awesome. I didn't have a good night's sleep because I just knew there was someone else there, and it kind of drove me a little nuts.
Well, I do remember that night in Atlantic City, and it was one of those things where I was staring at the ceiling, going, what? This is the greatest and worst night of my life, But there was another thing. Like I said, I was very close with the sorority. I think I mentioned the sorority with the crush party, but I was close with this other sorority, and one of the girls had like it was like in Prospect Park, Brooklyn. I don't know what kind of house it was, like a 4-story house. Each floor was like its own apartment. And they just gave her like the 3rd floor or something.
Okay.
And she would always have these parties up there. And I remember sleeping over many times with all these girls. And sometimes there'd be like other guys there because they would have these parties. And I never like fucking got any. I was like, God damn it, like I just could not get out of the friend zone. I didn't have a lot of confidence.
Oh, I'm lacking that even to today.
So it was more of like when I was around girls, it was like I was just trying to be basic. I wasn't trying to be over the top. So like I guess that kind of threw me into the friend zone a little bit. Because I would, and then there was there was this one girl that I dated briefly for about 6 months, who was giving me signs left and right, and I chased her for like a year, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm done chasing this girl, and then she started chasing me, and I had no idea. I was like completely clueless. But what are you gonna do? I tricked my wife.
Did you ever? Did you ever like buy an elaborate gift for Christmas for someone?
Yes.
And just be like, here you go. And they're like, thanks.
Oh, I wish I could meet a guy just like you. Ugh.
I bought
a jacket for somebody.
I bought a diamond necklace pendant.
God, Jesus Christ.
Circle. It was a circular.
Do I even want to know how much and what year?
It was maybe $200.
All right, that's not
bad, but it was in college.
That's bad.
Well, no, actually, a little after college.
Still bad. You're still broke.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. I give it to her in the morning. We used to carpool. So
Greek?
No, I don't remember. What did I get her for Christmas? I don't remember. No, this was someone else. So I gave it to her that morning, and she was like, "Oh, now, a little backstory. There was a little something going on. Like we never had sex, nothing like that. But there was just kind of like an emotional connection that was going on. But she, of course, had a boyfriend.
Are you here for sex?
Yeah. But
Why don't you have a seat right over
there was
there?
Like just an emotional thing because we
Right.
would text back and forth, and would at work kind of just do little things that we knew were just for each other and stuff. So anyway, so I got her this necklace because in my mind I'm like, this is what's going to win her over. She'll leave that guy. She'll come to me. I gave her the necklace in the morning. She's like, one of those like, oh my God, you shouldn't have. No, literally, you should not have gotten this. I'm like, look, it's yours. Merry Christmas. This would be great. She wears it that day. She wears it to work that day. Now people ask her, hey, where'd you get that from? So of course she's like, someone gave it to me. My boyfriend gave it to me.
Boyfriend?
Exactly. So I kind of knew
that. Got back to you?
No. I knew. Look, she was still dating someone. So what we were doing was behind the scenes. Like, all right, whatever. So she's wearing this the entire day. She wears it at night when we go to the Christmas party, the company Christmas party. I get drunk, of course. She's driving home, and at the end of the night, she gives it back to me. She's like, I can't keep it.
Ugh.
So she wore it the entire day and then gave it back to me. Returning that necklace was one of the hardest, worst things that I had to do at that time. And then, like 4 days later, Christmas, she calls me saying she got engaged. that Christmas was miserable.
Ouch. My dick is actually turtling right now.
And for Christmas, she got me. She actually went out and got me a this. Now, again, keep in mind, it's me that she's getting the gift for, being a wrestling fan. She got me a wrestling jersey, which she got me an ECW jersey, which for a common person would not know what ECW is. It was kind of under the radar. So she must have had to do a little bit of research, or at least hear me talk about it and remembered it. Got me this jersey, and on the back of it, she got it customized with like a nickname she would call me. We used to talk about initials, and for some reason she used to call me LJ, because I was talking about how I was supposed to be Charles when I was born, and I was going to be called CJ. But my grandmother changed that. So she had CJ. She probably should put CJ. She put LJ on the back of the jersey. Now, funny part is when it came in, the L and the J was so close to each other, it looked like a U. So it actually was like a U on the back. But still,
there wasn't a dot between.
No, it would have been a space. But again, what I'm saying is that thought to go into that type of gift, to get it customized, for me, a huge wrestling fan, that meant a lot to me. I may even still have the jersey. So when I got her that pendant, and she wore it all day, and at the end of the day, here you go. You can have it back.
Yeah.
And then 4 days later, she actually left me. That's right. That's what happened. I called her on Christmas. She didn't answer. So I left a message, hey, Merry Christmas. That's that another thing.
It's LJ.
She called back. Okay, so all right. So this is where it becomes where I become the douche. She calls me back. She tells me that she got engaged for Christmas. And I remember going, okay, congratulations. I'll talk to you later. Hang up the phone. I remember I was home. My parents were, because I was back living. I was back living at my parents' house.
Did you cry?
So they were both out.
Did you cry?
I lost it. I mean, just lost it. If I could have broke stuff in the house, I would have. I call her back. She doesn't answer the phone.
Oh, no. Tell me you left a message and all to stay there forever and ever.
I left 2 messages. I was just like, how could you do this on Christmas? You're telling me this news? I just
But
ripped.
you never dated this girl or anything.
We went out to the movies. I don't know if you want to call it a
but
date.
You never dated her.
No, never dated her. We, just did a lot of the, coy texting. She would always send me pictures and stuff of her. Like in class, she would do like a couple cleavage shots because she had some nice cans.
Wait a second. So she was fucking playing you then? She was being a twat.
I wouldn't say that.
No,
she
was fucking being
look,
a cock.
Listen.
She was being a cock tease.
Looking back on it, I know what was happening, and I got caught into it.
Well,
her boyfriend wasn't giving her attention.
Well, fuck her. Then.
I was.
Fuck her.
And but I thought back then. I thought.
Yeah, she played you. She played you.
Look, I get it. You know what I mean?
Now I hate her.
Oh.
First I was embarrassed for you. Now I hate her, and I hope she gets fucking syphilis.
What?
I hope she gets syphilis, and I hope she gives it to her husband. Okay, and somehow to their children. I don't know how, but somehow.
So yeah, no, that was a miserable Christmas.
I gave a girl. It wasn't for
Crabs.
No, it was Christmas. It was Christmas. It was a sorority girl I was friends with who I kind of had a crush on. Okay, I had a crush on her big time. I ended up dating her sister.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense.
Her real life sister.
Oh.
Yeah, her real life sister. But I remember she wanted this sorority jacket that she it was like a Letterman jacket, but it was expensive, especially being in college. I don't remember the price what it was, but I just remember like I told all of her, I'm like, I'm getting her the jacket for Christmas. I told all her friends. They're like, oh my God, she's gonna go nuts. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, this is
gonna do it.
This is the one she wanted. She's
gonna be sitting on me by tonight.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so I take it to the end of like the school cafeteria. And she opens it up and she's like, oh my God.
All right, we're gonna take a shot at this.
Oh God, I'm scared.
If it doesn't go the way, we'll just hang up. Hello, you're on the better half.
Is Larry?
Yes, it is.
How you doing, buddy? It's John Baez.
Hey, what's going on? Our first two-time caller.
I can't say first time, long time.
Doing good. How you doing, John?
Doing good. I just got home from work and I saw the message. I was like, oh, thanks for this.
Why not, man? Why not? Thanks for calling in again.
No problem. My pleasure.
Caller.
Glad you have.
So we're asking. We have gotten a couple actual real calls.
Okay.
And we've been asking, we're talking about Christmas here. Let me ask you, John, what was probably one of the best Christmas gifts you ever got?
One of the best Christmas gifts I'm going to get, I'm not going to lie, I'm going back in the day, way back.
Okay.
This might even be before your time, buddy. When I got my Sega Genesis.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Do you remember what game you got with it?
Oh yeah. I got a couple of good games with it. But of course, back in those days, and ironically enough, it's still about Madden.
Yeah, honestly, right? Holy cow!
Yeah.
Madden's such a
but
great.
That was when Madden was really cool because that was back in the day where the ambulance ran over the players.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Oh,
it was like the coolest thing. You were actually looking forward to getting hurt during the game. Oh yeah, there it is.
Get a good chop block and you're done for.
Oh hell yeah! But definitely that was up there.
Okay, very good.
And also another year, and then there was other years where I had like unexpected stuff like stereo systems and everything like
cool.
that and all that stuff. But the best number one Christmas of all time, I can't lie, is the first one for my children. So
Oh, of course.
That's the sentimental one.
Yeah, you're just saying that because it'd be a good dad. Okay, let me tell you.
One father to another.
Yeah. I'm so sick of hiding the goddamn elf. I'm so sick of building the goddamn Barbie dream house in the basement. Okay, for 4.5 hours. The 3 stories, 2 elevators, and I bring it upstairs. And the next morning, instead of wrapping it, because here's my plan. If I leave it in the box on Christmas morning, guess what I have to build Christmas Day? So
Exactly.
So a couple nights before I went down, I had a couple bottles of beer. I built the goddamn thing. My wife was wrapping gifts. I bring it upstairs Christmas Eve night. I put a bow on it. What's the first thing my daughter says? Why isn't it wrapped? I was like, you little bitch.
You went from being the hero to the zero, just like that.
Exactly. I want to ask you another question. Is there ever a gift that you bought someone, whether it was a girlfriend, wife, or whoever, that backfired?
Backfired gift. Well,
you just got you shouldn't have. When you really shouldn't have.
This is probably going to make me sound bad, look bad, but hey, you know what? I've been with my wife for over 20 years, so God bless.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a chance on this one. What I used to do before my wife was I strategically broke up with my girlfriends or whatever just before any special.
Classic move.
That is fantastic.
Classic move.
I was that guy.
Hey, that's fine. That worked.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
So obviously, what's being Priscilla? Larry knows the lovely Priscilla. You know,
absolutely.
It's been great because it's like she's just she appreciates everything anything I get, even if it's like the littlest thing, she's happy. You know?
There you go.
She's the best.
I did it the other way around. I actually broke up with my girlfriend a month before my 18th birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't
wow,
stand
yeah.
her that much.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me ask you one more question, John. Of coming from again, like the parent, the married side of this. Have you ever had to deal with? I mean, I know your kids are older, but have you ever had to deal with the elf on the shelf or anything like that?
No, I've like I said again, I've been very lucky. I can't lie. God has been good to me when it comes to the craziness. I don't do the Black Friday thing. I don't do that.
That's good.
You know, I'm the type of guy. I do all my holiday shopping before that. You know,
there you go. Good man.
Like I'm done. I'm done already. I'm done by like October. I don't even get anywhere near November. I don't want any of that stuff in my life.
Smart man.
It's like, what do you guys want for the holidays? Oh, I'm thinking about this, that. It's already got. You know, it's like 2 weeks after. I already get it.
You're getting
so
pumpkins.
When it comes to all the infamous stuff that comes with the holidays, I'm kind of sort of the worst guy in the world because I'm actually that guy that listens. You know, I'm not going to go out
Good man.
there, you know?
I wish I can learn that. Good Lord.
I'm not going to do that to myself, you know, and stuff. And like I told you before, the best Christmas ever was obviously my first kid's Christmas, of course. And again, the blessing is every Christmas. But don't get me wrong; they get older now, so obviously it goes up. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's one of those things where you know I'm blessed because I'm lucky in a way that they get it. You know, it's like you know, if Santa could afford it, you know, wink, wink.
There you go, the spirit of Christmas.
You know, but at least I know way ahead of time, and I try my best and everything. Because that's basically what my mom did to me. I was a single. My mother was a single parent, and I cannot lie. I don't remember asking for a lot of stuff, but what I do remember is everything I ever asked for, I got.
There you go. That's what counts.
I was lucky. I was lucky and stuff like that. But
awesome.
I'm glad. I'm glad I made it.
You did. You made it again. Congratulations, my friend.
But on Facebook, I said, "Hey, this is so on. Let me get this out here."
Well, definitely thank you for calling.
Yes, thank you very much, John. We're going to let you go here. John, you and your family have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. We have to get together one day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, my son's got to meet you.
Absolutely.
You're his hero. The one hero he hasn't met yet.
There you go.
I still don't get this.
The champ. Don't worry about it.
Happy holidays to you guys. God bless you guys, and have a great one.
You too. Take care,
Take
John.
care.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. Wow.
I love it.
Repeat caller.
Love it.
Huge fan of the show, only when he gets home from work.
The only time we
I hope
record
he listens so we can hear himself.
He does. Yeah, he sure does.
So, getting back to my story, actually, I just punched up the picture of the girl, what she looks like now.
Oh, okay.
You know,
all right.
So I give her the jacket.
Oh, yes, the jacket.
And she opens it up, and it's like this, you know, literally, I have 37 cents left to my name after this jacket. It's got a name embroidered on it, her sorority letters.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. All that shit costs extra. You can get the
Of
blank
course.
jacket, but, you know, you got to get everything.
It's not going to mean
you know.
anything.
Exactly. So I get this. And this is, meanwhile, this is like in front of, like, her friends, you know.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, my God, you're the best. And I get the lean-in cheek.
Oh, no.
Like, kiss, but she doesn't even kiss me kind of thing. And I'm just like,
like kissing your cousin.
You know, well, then it kind of just, I was like, I made a horrible error. I was like, in my head, I'm like, this is hard. So then,
I can't return this.
Believe it or not, like, I guess the look of devastation was on my face that bad that about 3 weeks later, maybe, we're at a party at my fraternity house. And she was there with a bunch of other people. You know, her whole sorority was there. It was like a bunch of other people. Two of her sorority sisters dragged me outside, and they go, "We need to go to a diner." So I'm like, "Is that code?" You know, I'm like, you know, And I was actually
not taking your pants off.
I was like, "Okay, diner, okay." No. So we go, and they basically tell me flat out that like at like one of her meetings, she flat out told everybody how she was using me.
Ooh, oh,
yeah. So I was, and listen, now not
this
only,
is part of the minutes.
This is, yeah, right, exactly. Like this was like I'm sitting there like, you know, of course I'm like, I'll take the fries with cheese and gravy, you know, and I'm like, you know, before
Double.
like you should have told me not to order anything heavy, you know, before you were going to lay this on me, ladies. So they set out and they just basically tell me everything how she's been using me and like, you know, this, that, and the other thing, and And I'm just like, because not only was like, I look, I had a crush on her, but she was my friend.
Yeah.
At least I thought she was. You
Yeah.
know, like I got her a job. I like.
Wow.
I mean, I lent her money. I mean,
Holy cow.
Because honestly, she didn't have the greatest home life.
All right, fair enough.
So, and it was part of the crush was like, I'm rescuing her kind of thing, which was
That'll do it.
pathetic. But,
Listen, I've been there, done that.
whatever. So, you know what? I was like, I slowly started distancing myself from her. Like I wouldn't drive her to school. I wouldn't, I would just not, and like I would like, till to the point where I had like almost like a clean break,
Okay.
And it was brutal. It was brutal. But in the process, these two girls became very good friends of mine. I still talk to this day, So, but
give me a break. Give me a break.
What the fuck was that?
I gotta get.
You gotta. Okay.
So I was thinking maybe we could be more than just friends.
Oh,
you mean like best friends? No, more than that.
Is this a
you mean
friend
like
zone
mega
song?
best friends?
Hold up.
I think we could be something more than just good friends. But she's got me beat. Caught up in the caught up in the friend zone. If you make your
friend zone.
and she says, oh, we're best friends, then you're probably caught up in the caught up in the friend zone. Let me tell you about a girl I know.
All right, stop it because we're gonna have to pay them money.
No, not really. This kid's like 12.
All right, so it was a Friday.
Maddie B. Raps.
Maddie B. Okay, there you go. Here's your free plug, Maddie B. Raps.
No, yeah, but so we've both had Christmases of a bygone era that just sucked.
Yeah, it was. I remember being after that. I was completely devastated. Now, staying on the Christmas theme and the dating theme, have you ever brought someone home for Christmas?
No.
I did.
Oh, well,
the
look at
first
you.
girl I ever brought home for Christmas was
Tranny.
No.
Oh, okay.
How do I put this? I think I actually mentioned something about her before. It was a girl I
feel
dated.
like you did mention
a girl,
something, yeah.
Oh, the girl I broke up with before my 18th birthday.
Okay.
Yeah. That's she lives in the area now.
Okay.
Yeah, neighbor. Not really a neighbor, but same neighborhood. Christmas, I bring her to my house, my aunt's house, with my grandmother, my father.
Wow.
And I was dating her September, October, November, 4 months at the time. So I think I spent Christmas Eve with her family or whatever.
Okay. So this was happening.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We were a high school couple, and something happened. I don't know, but I pick her up Christmas morning to take her to my aunt's house, and her arm is in a sling.
Oh.
And I'm like, what happened? She's like, I got into a fight with my brother, and I punched the wall. I'm like,
it sounds like it's your keeper.
All right, so sure. So now I take her to my house, my grandmother's house, my aunt's house, where my grandmother is, and my father, and everything. And like, oh my God, what happened to your arm? Did you fall down or something at work? She's like, no, I got into a fight with my brother and I punched a freaking wall. I'm like, yeah, this is the beginning of the end right there. I'm like, the look on my grandmother's face, it was just like, oh, Frankie boy, you could do so much better. She was not grandma approved.
Oh,
so, it was, and of course, it just after the breakup was just things got steadily worse for me.
You know what? That reminds me of not Christmas time, but just something like meeting extended family, like grandparents. This was with the Greek, and I remember I was getting.
You met her Uncle Paul?
No, it was my family.
Oh,
so she had already met my parents. That was all fine.
See, you have great parents.
My parents are awesome.
I would love to have parents like your parents. Not saying anything bad about my parents.
No,
I'm just saying your parents are
my
pretty
parents are
neat.
down to earth.
They're very cool.
Yeah. So I have nothing bad to say about that because they rock, but they don't call each week, so I'm very upset. So no, if my father called, that'd be
job to call. It's your job to
call. That'd be
call.
the end of the show. So I was getting. This was before I had a driver's license. So I was getting picked up, but unbeknownst to me, my grandparents were picking me up. My mother sent out my grandparents. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So they pull up, and she pulls up as well, and my grandmother gets out to come to the car to say hi. And as my grandmother's coming over, she looks at me. She goes, like almost like through her teeth. She's like, "Your grandparents came? I'm meeting your grandparents." I'm like, "Is there a problem with this?" She's like, "It's your family. Why am I meeting them?" I'm like, I've known you for years, and maybe it's okay. It was just, and then she's like, hello, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Like looking at my grandmother and look back at me with a scowl.
Remember how I told you I was completely oblivious to things? I had a girl that I was dating right before I met my wife, actually, and I lived at home at the time. This is before I had the apartment. I lived at home, and my mother was away for the weekend.
Oh.
So she was at my house all weekend, and we were destroying every room. It was
Fair
ridiculous.
All right,
and
painting the walls,
literally and figuratively. So we're getting ready to leave. I'm going to take her home. It's like Sunday afternoon, and my mother comes back from, I think she was in Atlantic City, something. She comes back, and as we're leaving the house, my mother's like walking with my stepdad towards the house, and I'm like, this is,
Oh, they never even met her yet?
Never met her. And she's leaving the house, and she's got I think she brought a pillow or something with her. So you could tell we're just disheveled. We're just like, it was just like sex all weekend.
It was like the walk of shame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for both of us.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my mom, this is my mom, this is my stepdad, and then blah blah. We get in the car and we leave, and she's like, "Do you just realize I just met your parents, and I'm literally got like sex face on?" I'm like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't even really think."
Is that
twice.
why I got high fived?
I was like, that's why my stepfather was giving me the fist pump. Yeah, good job, son. I was just like, oh, I didn't realize. Oops.
I got a good story as far as my parents, and God bless her, she never said a word to me. In college, again, I used to send my laundry home to be done. I didn't
You're
even
the worst.
bother. My mother's friend lived out on the island who she worked with, so she would just pick up my laundry and drop it off. She was nice like that. So I got the laundry back. I'm putting it away, and somehow my girlfriend's thong was in the laundry, and it came back folded.
That same thing happened to me.
I'm going through, and I'm like, oh my! Now I gotta give credit to what credit's due. She never said a word to me. My mother probably shouldn't want to.
That happened to me. I had the apartment, and it was somebody we both know.
Yeah.
I can't say her name here, but we were fooling around in my apartment. You might have heard the story when Rippo cock blocked me.
Classic.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
So she was there, and we were fooling around, and I took her thong off, and I threw it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. It landed in my hamper. I had no idea. Landed in my hamper, and then we couldn't find it. My shirt was off, so it was on top. I was like, I had no idea.
So she left commando.
Yes, I was like,
Nice.
listen. I said, when I find it, I'll get it back.
I'll mail it to you.
Yeah, whatever. Well, you just come. I'll help you put it on. And sure enough, I brought. Usually, now I was going to the laundromat around the corner.
Yeah.
For some reason or another, I brought it home to my mom, and I was at my mother's, hanging out in my mother's apartment, and then the clothes come out of the washing machine, and they go into the dryer, and boop, falls on the floor. She goes, "What's that?" I go, "Oh, I was looking for that," and she goes, "I don't want to know." I go, and I'm meanwhile now I'm like, you want to know who it is? You want you want to know who it is? And she's like, no. I go,
Oh my
you
God.
want to know? I'll tell you who it is, Ma.
I
And she's
could
like, no,
never
don't
do
do
that.
And she's like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm like, I go, Ma, you know who it is? And then I told her.
Wow.
She's like, oh, you're disgusting. You're disgusting. I was like, what? It's just Jim's. What? No. No. But yeah, that happens.
Oh,
Listen,
Oh no, it was funny.
I'd rather
because I didn't know. Like I'm like, and it was fun. I don't even think she said anything about it. Like my girl.
Well, she's like either one of two things: either he got laid or he's a cross.
No, not my mother. I meant my girlfriend. Like she didn't really say anything about leaving without a thong.
Oh, it was the Greek?
Yeah. Ugh. At least maybe she did. I don't remember. I don't know. But no, that was pretty funny because. Again, it's not like in your situation where you knew it was gone. I didn't know. I just didn't know.
I thought it went behind the dresser, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not moving the dresser right now.
But I was just like going through my shorts, my towels. I'm like, what is this?
Folded.
That was the best. Also, side note, like in college where if you're a little too late to the dryer, they just throw all your shit right on top of the dryer.
No, I didn't have that experience.
Oh, okay. Actually, I kind of have that experience here sometimes too. But once and only once, and I still don't know whoever did it. Someone folded my clothes and put it on top of the dryer.
Oh, that was nice.
In college, Like
That
the
was
one
nice.
time I use it. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I actually, when we had the apartment I lived around the corner. Jesus.
Yeah.
When I went around the corner to get my laundry and put it into the dryer, actually I was taking it out of the dryer. You know where we used to live?
Yeah.
Somebody must have left like articles of clothing in there, and I came home. I just threw it in the basket. And I was folding it home, and I found a thong.
There you go.
I was like, sweet. So I hung it from my door.
The first movie I watched, like sneaking to watch the Playboy Channel, was
PJ Sparks.
No, PJ Sparkles.
Sparkles.
Was I remember it was and this was when Playboy the movies, like, they didn't show penetration and stuff, so it was like softcore.
They do now?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
that was
I gotta
shocking.
get Playboy.
I remember the it was a laundromat situation, and like the girl calls up, she's like, "This is not my clothes." Like, no, this is my clothes. It's all guy stuff. And like the guy calls up, "This is not my clothes. This is all women's stuff." And like the lady at the laundromat was like, "Oh, here's each other's numbers. You know, maybe you should call each other to arrange to get each other's clothes." And then next thing you know, they were having phone sex, and then they started banging. But I remember that vividly. No pun intended.
PJ Sparks, age 48.
Really?
Height 5'5".
Two of them have killed themselves recently.
Hall of Fame induction,
Good for her.
2002.
Good for her. What were his stats that got her into the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. PJ Sparks is an American retired pornographic film actor. She was also credited as Casey Carrington and PJ Carrington and Portia Red. She's from Colorado.
They're all from Colorado.
You want to make it big, hey? See?
But yeah, two of them like killed themselves recently.
Yeah, I know.
Ava Adams, I think, was one of them.
Yeah, and August.
August
Adam?
Ames? Oh, maybe it was August Ames.
I don't know. Why do you know those very quickly?
Listen,
You're single.
This is true.
You have the better half.
For Christmas, is that your gift to me?
Porn? Or saying that you have the better half? Listen, all I know is I'm tired, and Christmas can't get here soon enough. And once it's over, I get to start all over again.
That's it. And hopefully 2018, no, not hopefully, it will. 2018 is going to be looking good for us here at the Better Half.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to a lot of good stuff. We're throwing around some ideas.
Yeah.
You know, maybe do something better with these goddamn phone calls.
Yeah.
And
You
with
dicks.
Honestly.
I know who it is. I'm going to find out who it is. I think I know who it is.
I've asked the culprit.
He said no.
He keeps saying no.
Yeah, he's full
I
of
don't
shit.
believe him.
It's probably my cousin.
What, Frankie?
No, he's asleep by now.
Oh. But with that, we're going to wrap this one up here. And
seriously?
I think so. It's
All
time.
right.
It's
Fine.
time.
Don't sing.
To say
Don't sing.
goodbye.
I'll don't sing.
Do you want to say anything to the fans here for Christmas?
I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Festivus.
For the rest of us?
Basically, it's all the same holiday. We just believe it a little bit differently. And, be nice to each other.
Do you know this one? Oh, I do indeed. It's a lovely thing.
Is it? He beats his kid this one?
Boom, boom in the back of the head.
Is this the Will Ferrell one?
I forgot about that one.
Okay.
Son of a
Okay,
bitch.
pause it for now. I'm still talking. So, listen, the bottom line is this. I don't give a shit who you believe in or what you believe in, whether you like candles, you believe in the fat man, okay? Here's my deal. Just be nice to each other. Do good deeds. Do a good deed every day. You don't have to just hold the door for someone. Even if the bitch doesn't say thank you and you go, "You're welcome," like I do, you still can say, Monroe. I do a good deed every day because I don't go to church anymore. So I do a good deed every day. And that's that. And you know what? Listen. Do something nice for a family that needs it. There's unfortunately we have a lot of sick kids out there, and we need to fix that. That's a bad thing. Do your part. Do something nice. If not, I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to fucking personally beat the shit out of you all.
Okay.
That's my good deed of the day.
There you go. So be on the lookout for a different kind of fat man
crazy
coming down the chimney.
Crazy fat mailman coming at you.
Coming through the mailbox.
With mace and a mail truck.
Swinging around that mace.
Excuse me, are you the mailman? As I'm in my truck. No. Nope, I'm not. Have a nice day. Are you sure? I'm positive. Stupid people. Good night, everybody. Have a great Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Larry, what would you like to say to our fans?
I want to say that I graciously accept any sort of gift cards, whether it's be for the WWE Network or YouTube or Pornhub. You can mail them straight to me. Greatly appreciated. No, in all seriousness, though, it's been... this is our first Christmas with the show.
Aww.
We started this podcast. Frank really wanted a podcast going, so I'm like, why not? We had a really good idea, and we sometimes stick to it, sometimes don't. But bottom line, hopefully, we are entertaining everybody. Frank, I got to say, this is definitely one of the funner podcasts. That's not a word that I do.
Could be a word.
That I enjoy doing on the more of the same network.
I'm having fun.
And,
and speaking of fun is great. Money is better.
Yes.
So I'm going to put this out to our fans.
Well, we've made 4 cents on YouTube.
Total?
Yeah.
Just for this?
No, just for this podcast. They don't cash out till I make $100.
Oh,
I'm
geez.
never seeing that money.
Okay. Here's the deal, people. Okay. Larry and I hate our day jobs. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Larry loves his day job. I hate my day job. Larry doesn't love his day job.
What? Stop it.
But the deal is this. You want this podcast to stay, you need to contribute. So we're going to
pony up.
Yeah, no, seriously. No. I've seen this on other podcasts, and we're not begging. I am, but we're not. Okay? My thoughts are, we're trying to put out a nice product here, and we want our phone lines to get better. I'm looking at pictures of PJ Sparks while we do this. You got a problem with that?
I don't.
She's hot, I have my safe mode off, too.
Fair.
I don't care. It's been a cold winter. Okay, this is going back to my days, my scrambled porn channels.
Man, remember those?
You could see half a tit. That was good.
You gotta get that half a second when you go to the channel.
Oh yeah,
it's there.
Oh yeah. As I was saying, so if you'd like to contribute to our show, we will accept donations. We're gonna have a PayPal account, and we're gonna get that to you probably by the next episode. And if you do donate to our show, we will mention you. We will talk about you. We will talk about any business you do. Let me finish. We will eventually.
I didn't say anything, so you didn't have to do that.
Eventually, when we get swag, we will send you a bumper sticker or a business card or a bookmark.
Why are you pushing these bumper stickers?
Or something, a pin, anything, a pen, whatever we buy. A votive candle.
Ooh, I like that.
For the better half.
That, yes.
Oh.
No, we will be actually merchandise as soon as I get off my ass and start doing a logo. We will be doing merchandise. I found a really cool website, a friend of mine who I will definitely give a plug to because he was definitely gracious enough to mention us on his live podcast while he was recording.
Live
and in living color. Anthony DiDomenico and Bill Morales over there at the Organized Chaos podcast. They actually led me onto a really cool website.
Look at that face.
Wow. They're actually, you know what? They're of course.
What is their podcast about?
Because she's teamed up with Peter North in that. That's why.
What's their podcast? What's their podcast about?
They just two friends shooting the shit, in all honesty.
Kind of like us.
Absolutely.
But do they have a certain theme or a topic?
No, they're two comedians. So, sometimes they'll talk about it's just two comedians talking.
Oh,
it's funny. Don't get me. It's very funny.
Comedians?
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
That's cool.
Definitely check them out. Organized Chaos podcast.
Organized Chaos.
Chaos.
Speak very fast. So
like Chaos Emeralds from Sonic. But they led me onto a website that we're going to look for merch, T-shirts, sweatshirts, phone cases, mugs.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll put them on condom wrappers. Who knows? We'll see what we can do. But no, we're really looking to expand in 2018. The more the same network. We're here with other family members in the network, the Retro Gamers, the Yin and the Yang podcast. Soon, I'm actually going to be starting with possibly a couple other my friends, a wrestling podcast again in 2018. And we cannot be doing this. We would not be doing this if it wasn't for our fans, which we appreciate all of you. So Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
And wait, don't pause it yet. I have something to say. I have an announcement.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay, so on our Facebook page, or on my Facebook page, I posted tonight about the very, very special episode Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know, remember saying
Yep.
to call up. Someone just as I just refreshed the page, someone just wrote a post. Can I quickly read this?
Go
to you
right
before
ahead.
you could sign off.
Go right ahead.
My favorite 1970s. Now, I didn't put on the post what I was talking about.
No, not at all.
Okay. My favorite 1970s sitcom holiday episode is from early Happy Days when Richie's older brother comes home from college and we never see or hear about him again. The main theme is about loneliness and pride. The Fonz repeatedly misses the bus to Waukesha, where he's expected for a big Fonzarelli fest. Mr. C is totally hip to Fonz's story. He has no family and no holiday plans. He ends up spending the night with the Cunninghams acting cool. It's the most heartwarming episode, really. I cry over it every year. That was amazing.
And
God bless us, everyone.
With that,
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.